Back for some more disco. Let's jump in. Disco. What are we doing? Find the traffic hooligan. That's right. Time sensitive things now. Guess we go talk to the we'll go talk to the container guy again. Guess we'll run. Wonder if I can, yeah, I was like, can I even talk to him again? We'll go through some loading screens. Also, there was that chick up here we could talk to, I suppose. Now that we're way over here. I don't even know if I need to talk to him. He's a swell fellow.
Mr. Dubois, every worker
Is a member of the board.
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today?
I opened the door, you asked me, can we discuss the murder now? I did it, Everard. I turned it off.
What?
The shady brew. You told me to make it even shadier. I didn't.
Did I? Well done then, Harry. I like not knowing about it, and I'm sure you made the right call. I spend the whole day delegating tasks, and it's a great relief to see people taking initiative. I don't even want to know what all of that means. Brew, shady, alcohol, turned off. I'm going to let the world surprise me.
Okay, open the door.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
I may have.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everart's Rainbow Coalition. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
The mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. I found a similar mug in the trash with the hangman's clothes. Heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. We'll talk about the mug.
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment?
What?
You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best, helping people, with the power of politics.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
But the weasel might have cleaned up after the killers.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
With a police baton, like a crook or someone. That's not how you baton someone. The technique is way off. You strike with your whole body, not just the baton.
There's more police work than whacking an imaginary baton. No, you have to put your weight behind it.
Oh, Harry, thanks for the tip. I'll leave doing the real damage to you. You are the real police officer after all, not me.
For the connection between the lynching and the
By
strike.
now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys.
The bad
Wild
guys.
Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
Listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
He's got like a double desk.
Those Senorita Pineapple people are scary motherfuckers. Decimating your state if you don't give them your pineapples.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
And move the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
It's very fun.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
An entire neighborhood of killers.
Whole neighborhood's in on it.
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base. There's a militant wing inside the Union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Yeah, I think I could too. I was thinking that as well. Where do I do that?
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Yeah, I noticed. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
This is weird because I've already talked to the lawyer girl in Titus.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Separate one from the herd.
Gotcha. Which one of Hardy's boys is your least favorite?
Oh, that would definitely be Fat Angus. His feet smell from a city block away, and he's always having noisy stomach troubles. Horrible, revolting guy.
So let's say something happened to Fat Angus.
You would die, Harry.
Oh.
You would die, and in the process start a bloody and completely unnecessary war between the Debarders Union and the Citizens Militia. Angus, his ever-growling stomach, and his smelly feet are all part of the Union. You have as much right to arrest him as I have to arrest your partner here. Actually, less, because this is my hometown, my territory, and my backyard. You are a guest here, Harry. Please remember that. Oh, Harry. This is getting real grim, and there's no need for that. We are friends.
Can you tell the Hardys to cooperate?
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
I don't need it. You tried giving me money last time, too.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
Nope.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun.
Yeah, where's my
But
gun?
it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
It's not a corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to. So you're supposed to mean I'm more left than you are. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. Yeah.
Perfect, Harry. That's perfect. My version of the left is not against the companies, It's with the companies. Honestly, what I have in mind is a business proposal. A left-wing business proposal, but still...
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
What do you think of this, Kim?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martin A's, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martin A's. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Roller skating. Not drugs, Harry. You like this.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where is it?
On the coast, Harry.
On
across
the
canal.
coast.
There's a cul-de-sac there. A little village, they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit.
What happened to the occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Fine, if I'm around, I can ask.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here, you need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I know we can do business together. Most certainly, Harry.
Alright.
By all means,
We're outta
Harry.
here.
What's on your mind? See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
But not too much. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Papa Neat. So we got the envelope.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Look at the plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
What do you think of this, Kim?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
Try to find a loophole.
There doesn't seem to be anything of interest here.
Alright.
No fine print. You're smart. You can read.
No loopholes. Alright. So I can go talk to Titus again. Talk to everybody.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
Can we make this shorter?
Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
Where's everyone?
Oh, most of the guys are... We're on a
Yeah.
So no one is working?
Not ever, but
I knew
Titus
this.
and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everett sent them on a
Whoa,
nice
info.
vacation for a week or so.
What trouble?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Really? Did they kill someone?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking.
You work here.
Yes. I'm like, actually,
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
a real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm
Come on, who's
always
Miss
busy.
Beaufort?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
You're doing great, Leo.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't.
Alright, I'm off.
Finger pistol, 9mm.
Pew pew.
Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had, it would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon in a gunfight.
So you get +1 reaction speed, and empty hand slots give you +1 suggestion. All right. Good meme. I assume I can do the finger guns at people
You're
then.
back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
+1, been in the world for 2 days. The mistress container. We gotta talk to the one kid at night. Around 9 o'clock, which is like forever from now. Let's go ahead and pay for tonight's rent already. Just so I got that out of the way.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you're...
How could anyone forget, asshole?
Okay, bye. It's got good body narration. Be a good sound clip. Let's see if we can talk to her. don't even know how to get to her. Is it through up here? I don't think it is. There wasn't like stairs leading to the roof of the thing. I don't think so. Couldn't sub notification? Yeah. Nope. Bummer. Well, that's a waste of a run around. I kind of want to check inside the place. Well, we got to talk to those people anyway. So we'll be going in there. Not entirely sure, Elsnick. Like, it's going. I want to say it's like 10 minutes per every 2 IRL, maybe 5 IRL. Not entirely sure. It does a click every 10 minutes. I noticed that. And I wonder if it's like increased or decreased by talking to people or something. Then there was this door.
You see a heavy steel door.
I think it passes more when you're talking to people.
The door is closed.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way up. Okay, never mind then. Because you can see I ran all the way all over the place and it's still 12:41, so I think it happens when you're talking to people for the most part.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the Hardy girl?
I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Yeah, so you just went 2 minutes there.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Get a grip. Glenn, she went to law school.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn.
No.
They aren't.
Hey, it leveled up. Level up. I don't want to like unlock this. Doing it. Dang. Now I need something to remember. What are you gonna do to... Wait. What are you going to do to me?
What are we going to do to you?
I don't...
The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCA.
Alright. So I can talk to you now. Be like, hey, your boy.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Good one, Titus. Whoops. God damn it. Fat fingers. They're so fat.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Me and Everett talked. He promised you'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
Lawman.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Just push. I would never tell on someone.
I would, though.
God damn it, Kim.
Typical Lino Claude. Always a tattletale.
Jeez.
Everard sent word you two would be around again. That's the only reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
Alright, let's talk about the hanging again.
Just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
About fucking time.
Everett asked to cooperate. Discussed 8th Hardy week when you first met. I guess. I mean, it's 3%. Like, what do you want me to do? Roll double sixes again? Yeah, I did for the car thing.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
Plaisance. That's a name.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. Just seeing the words Andro Orlando gets your hackles up. Its very existence is a threat to your masculinity, to say nothing of your hair. All you hear is static, but no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens. You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything. You can almost hear them breathe.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
Is this like some ghost thing?
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. She must be mistaking you for someone else.
Michelle, just please.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the building, a cold memory hangs.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here, it's been hands, as if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally once again.
She sounds like she's about to cry. The cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor.
Oh?
She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay.
What just happened?
Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
Alright.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. You're going to just stand there and take it from a doorbell.
Or kiss the doorbell.
The doorbell agrees. The entire call box looks relieved. Silence. No one answers your call. No. Hold on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do. This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Alright, well, we did that. Where the heck's my gun? I mean, can't... I suppose we could talk to the Pines lady again. I don't know what she's gonna say, though. Nice, Papa Neat. Ahoy there!
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
Yeah, he implied he was gonna help get it earlier, and when we been walking around town, it sounds like he's trying to find it too, but hasn't.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day, am I right?
Talk to me about the drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Shit, yeah, baby. It's the party pipeline. Why would you want to shut that down?
Are you trying to shut down the party pipeline?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
We gonna need bolt cutters?
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, They're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp, but in transit they may be vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Oh. It's not a coincidence. What proof do you have the union's involved? We already have some suspicions that one of the drivers was present at the lynching.
The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done.
What proof do you have?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So think it's been drug funded?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It's no coincidence lorries are stranded.
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
A cold breath rushes in from the bay, making its way down the alleyways and potholed streets. From Martinez to Jamrock, in the traffic you hear the clinking of glass vials, concealed beneath tarpaulin. Or is it just your teeth chattering in the cold?
A lot of it. It comes in from large Samaran factories in South Safre, Sigai, and Sinyao. The literage they must get from this terminal alone must be oceanic.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
Why didn't you come to us earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
Yeah, let's discuss something else.
She simply nods.
Talk to Vart.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally, time to choose sides.
And just. New worksman, he's bloated, rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. He's not the champion I've chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you. It's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job. I didn't like him.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, Verm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt Verm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take.
Okay.
It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
He's helping me find my gun. I helped him turn out the heat on the borscht. He asked me to open the door. He asked me to deliver an envelope. Turn up the heat on the borscht.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making?
Keeps the strikers drunk.
The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it?
Yeah.
Why, if I may ask? Why make them more drunk? Aren't they corked enough already?
Yes, Detective. What were you hoping to accomplish with this strange thing?
I thought I told him not to turn it up. Actually, yeah, I turned the heat down.
Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down. For the sake of our professional relationship. And because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are. What else?
He asked me to open a door.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
I mean, like a real door.
Oh my. A real door?
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
It was nothing.
Of course. The RCM has the right to inspect any premises. How else would you catch the bad guys? The information was useful, I hope.
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal, and it was not for nothing. I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share.
Yeah, I don't want to share any
This may have
information.
consequences beyond our line of sight.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Naturally, Detective. There are lighter topics to gossip about.
I'm out of here.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Alright, yeah, I'm out. Guess we could go talk to the lorry drivers. There's this main one here, this guy, and then there's one over yonder. I had a circle thing pop up there. I guess not.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
What do you see in his eyes?
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
Who?
The bosses, man.
Makes sense. First work, then pay. I don't know who the bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them. So you're broke.
No.
Alright. Yes, we don't talk to you. There was this one person that wouldn't talk to us over here. Yeah.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio played.
Hey, I guess none there. I mean, there's the guy down below here. Unless we talk to someone over here.
A lorry stuck in the traffic.
I think would be this guy? I don't know.
Looking for something odd?
I guess not. Well, that was a bust. Don't really know what to do now. Suppose we could... Oh, here's the... Okay. Go to the bookstore. Talk to this guy. I don't think he says anything.
Yes?
I don't want to talk to you, Kim. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think he does anything.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance. Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go! Get back there. The books await you. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
I already told you. It's just a store. Just let it go, officer.
She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
I'm not tense. I'm just... Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed. Just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Ruined.
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism. It's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy. Suit up.
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy. And their malicious spirit, there's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here. Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
It's really cool. You kind of have to go into it with kind of a slow burn mentality, though, I think.
Time to fire up the old lie machine.
I'm a renowned private investigator, a paragon of law, and specialist in all things criminal.
And I am his private partner, John Shaw. Together we run the preeminent postal surveillance firm in Revachol.
But wait, there's more.
Once we've caught our client's spouse in flagrante delicto, we blackmail them and pocket the money ourselves, because that's what private investigators do. Now, I see that you are a married woman.
What nonsense are you two going on about? This is not relevant at all. And besides, my husband would never do such a thing. We are proper people. How can I believe you after all that foolishness?
Our sincere apologies, ma'am. No more nonsense. We are offering to assist you with your troubles. Pro bono.
Just give us the key.
Is that what you've been after this whole time? You want the key to the back door?
Uh-huh.
Absolutely not.
All right. Good talk. There's like a map up here, but I couldn't buy it. Can I steal it?
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
We got enough money.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
So does...
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cypar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North. Finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
So I should have that now, right? Hey, okay. Mirror. We're in here right now. We're waiting for this to go over. This is only a few years ago. Dang. Because this is like the shop now. Pawn shop. Okay, so if we click these things, it'll kind of show where they are. Probably could have got that way earlier in the game. I don't think I had like money when I came here the first time or something.
It's the ledger you found in the trash, a cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by... Yes, at last, you find a way to piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. HDB41, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120117000, the next world mural.
Thanks for the suggestions, by the way, Pojo picked one up today.
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. Harry Dubois, HDB.
All right.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case."
Yeah, it's really, really, really good. And I'm actually happy I got into this late with like the full director's cut and stuff.
It's easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3.
Seems like the time kind of goes based off of what you're doing, because it just skipped 15 minutes there.
The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
Keep it.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
Time to wreak havoc.
In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, and agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard. Without resistance, your hand shakes.
So that's like how you can pass time. If I wanted it to get like night, I could continue reading those, because we gotta find that one dude over here. But that doesn't happen until 9 o'clock. There was something with this wench too. Winch.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He doesn't care.
So?
You told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. You said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock.
North Jamrock? Kuno meant everything north of 881. The rooster fucked Kuno's words up. Kuno doesn't do south. Doesn't fuck with the madre.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on. You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, Grief and the Kuno.
I hate you.
After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
The fuck about it? Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. Gonna make you stupid again.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be asking him this stuff or not.
The kingdom of Kuno. The fuck do you want with it? Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed. Fuck does Kuno know?
Kuno knows the ladder is unclimbable. The lieutenant takes a quick note.
I mean, I'm getting experience for this, so.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Got it.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonaught. The fuck do you want with it? Good call.
All right.
Kuno does.
Thank God. Done talking to you.
What do you see?
Okay, we did that already. Trying to figure out what I need to do. Yeah, there's strange doors and where no one knows where they lead. Yeah. So the smoker on the balcony, I gotta wait till 9. That's the next thing. This is across the water. I could roll the dice on them, but I'll fail. We're not gonna find that. And this is across the way too, which is wait till Wednesday. So like we're doing some waiting, I guess. Which means I should probably just read those case reports. I'm gonna roll the dice. Feel like rolling dice. You know what? I do have liqueur. I think. Yeah. I'm going to drink it, because that was a mission. How do I drink it? Like this.
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it.
Open it.
There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now.
It's lunchtime, Kim.
A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done.
Incredibly well done.
From the void we came, and to the void we must return.
Alright. Good work. Alright, now I'm ready to establish authority.
Looks like the circus left town.
The clowns are still here. Shut up, Titus. I'm gonna roll dice in your face.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
Kim, I need your gun. I'm the only thing keeping this town from going to hell, and you're not helping. First, you tell me someone's been raped, and then you don't say who. That's bullshit. And you're not helping.
And what exactly is it you've been doing that's so goddamn special? Shitting yourself in front of us. Going around, harassing kids on the street. Kids who've done nothing wrong. All the while talking racist shit. Don't think we aren't watching, fascia. People here trust us.
Wow.
We're getting complaints.
I'm not shitting myself.
Of course you are. E, didn't Carly work in a diaper shop?
Yeah. Callie said you've been hanging around the adult diaper shop, browsing the aisles. Too ashamed to ask for assistance.
Now that I can believe. And then there's the matter of the floor being completely covered in feces.
Yes, shit, feces, poop, scatological jokes. If you don't have anything more to say, then we are going to go back to asking questions.
You don't have to be the butt of every joke. You're making the lieutenant look bad. Just stick to what you know. Guns.
Yeah. Okay. Good talk, everybody. So now they really think I'm a fool.
Can I help? Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker? Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted?
What you want is a goddamn drink. How is that so hard to understand?
Yeah.
Well, you're not getting it, asshole.
This is a thoughtful exchange, but can we move on, please?
No, I want to continue arguing. I can't go John Wick. I don't have my heckin' gun. God dang it. So I guess we just gotta wait now. So I'm gonna go run up here and read a bunch of case reports, I guess. I like to go for a jog after a pull on the Commodore Red.
It's the ledger you found in the track. It takes about half an hour. AKA Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. You were so drunk you didn't remember what it was when you signed on. That, or you were high. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which, in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
The expression.
You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition because that's where the action is. Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Is like a quiz. They were doing the indecency, right?
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. The officer is also drunk. Way more drunk than Burke there. And let's be fair, you also have party eyes. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face, then proceed to beat him unconscious with it.
Oh!
In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. Kill them. They broke it.
Whoa.
He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved, which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
Yeah.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape. That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead. Toxicology showed the entry wound was laced with an incredibly potent psychoactive substance called HUV4 nil. No street name. Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next?
Okay. Couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it, in the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They look like assholes. Oh, not reading this one?
They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it, too, where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, because they felt it's intellectual.
Might have to, Elsnick.
Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved. No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder.
Murder.
Tum at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
How?
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members.
Oh no.
When him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had. No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now.
Okay.
Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
Oh, bubblegum.
Yeah, really lame. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin, movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy, really sharp edge.
Passed out in his head?
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom. Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. Arson, petty theft. You don't exactly...
Okay. So we did that.
An intricate web of blue. It almost looks like...
Yeah, we've seen all that. But we had some time pass. Well, there's a birdhouse up there. And those are funny. One thing we know about our gun is that I sold it to the pawn shop the days before we started controlling the character, and the pawn shop sold it to an dangerous looking woman.
This door is made of metal and...
So that didn't get us close to 9 o'clock at all. Which kind of sucks. This might take some time. Yeah, I think that's like, I don't know what else to do at this point. So I guess we'll just run around until it's 9 o'clock, find someone to talk to. Searched through all these already. Talked to you.
Give me a moment.
No. Maybe I can talk to the...
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Yeah.
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does.
Nothing.
Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all. Does anyone in a city like this?
Yes, yes.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it? What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Ugh, alright. Sad Piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time!
And I can't go there till Wednesday.
No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I just told you. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
Okay, cheers. Like, we've talked to everyone, I feel like. I mean, there's the guys selling garbage. Oops. Weakness for authority. Too bad the gentleman in the diner don't. Oh, I didn't know this was a thing. Oh. Okay. There's the tutorial I never read. We learned by doing. This guy. You selling drugs? Suppose I haven't ran around this way.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Guess not. What? What? I broke the game.
Way to go, Tic Tac!
I fixed it.
Way to go, Tic Tac!
I haven't been down here. And that's all it's down here. GG. Talk to this guy again.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
Why don't you drive?
I just don't like it very much. Movement on the road never really gelled well with the movement of my thoughts. Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop and then moving on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't really know what to make of it, but I know it meant something.
It's on Games Pass too. I just got the newsletter from Fire or whatever the people that published that game
Sure
today,
thing.
which is weird.
Sure, man.
Because I feel like that game released with like no fanfare. I watched a few people play it yesterday. It looked eh. Eh. Well. Right to work.
To work! Right to work! When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his.
So this guy's like a plant by the Pines people.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
What's it to you?
Routine.
Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
Already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A monstrous shadow high above the fire traps of the domain. The 881 motorway running over this district of Jamrock. Concrete pillars rise up from the midst of the dilapidated wooden houses. On the horizon, barely visible, the hazy machinery of the harbor. Life in the domain is even worse off than in Martinez. The cold air is stiff from the fumes of the motor carriages and lorries roaring overhead. Below, broken down, battered people mill on the dusty streets with no purpose. Yet amongst them, there is no sight of this man. Nowhere.
Bouncer.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Never heard of it. Are you lying?
We're done here. I have a strike to break.
He's stopping this to control himself. You were onto something.
I was on to something.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I have more questions.
Things are busy enough. You going to waste less of my time?
We'll see.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel.
Yeah, I got it.
And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
You can't get by him? I kicked him in the face. I totally did.
Yeah. I saw your ballerina moves up there. In a real fight, these acrobatics will get you killed faster than a bullet.
I mean, it worked.
You caught them off guard. That only happens once. Even if you got him twice, or whatever. Now, he's alert. Standing on a narrow bridge. And me, man, are tired and hungry.
Did your accent change?
Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get...
Yeah, just doing some Scottish stuff for a minute. Ugh. Let's go talk to the girl that knows nothing again. I don't know. I don't know.
Is this about the questions again?
No. Yeah, I'm just waiting for 9 o'clock to roll out. Which doesn't feel great. I don't know. Is there anything else I can do? Anyone have any suggestions? This is the first time the game hasn't felt great. Can't get to the balcony where this person is. I suppose I haven't done this.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Hang on, visual calculus. Something increases it for me. Okay, I'm already wearing it.
You see a set of tire tracks in the tire tracks were
Pog.
left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message written in the language of burnt rubber.
I'm good at rolling 12s when it comes to cars.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
It's just gonna say this is the point of departure of a vehicle that crashed into the butter sign.
That's plausible. A similar reckless abandon seems to be in evidence. You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city. I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went.
So I guess
if you
this is
find the time.
the beginning of the car thing. Hey, we leveled up. Look at us. I don't know. Pain threshold. Yeah, I don't know how to get up to talk to you. My only guess is through the door of the kitchen. Oh, he's walking somewhere. Pog. There's this lady. This lady was new since Tuesday.
She's still browsing books.
I know you are. What with?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing. Help her by carrying things? Maybe she needs a weightlifter. Maybe she needs you to fight her husband. No, that's not it.
My husband? No, he's not. I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
We don't know where.
Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Would you like to?
No.
Alright.
Of course he's not. It's not like he's a pocket watch. I wouldn't just lose him.
Kids are always going missing. Weak, pathetic kids. Always getting themselves killed.
No, absolutely not. Are you a policeman or a nanny?
A police, whatever I want.
They are not missing, sir.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance. No, they're at a disco, getting down. Stupid disco dancing teenagers.
What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Jamrock. There's nothing to worry about. They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now.
What is this doubt you have then?
I don't know.
Something has
talking to her.
My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. But we shouldn't even be talking about them. Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That they're in Jamrock, safe and well, at some stupid party?
Did someone say party? You could use a party. Hunt it down.
Could use a party.
A killer party? What is it with you and pulp staples? My God. Please, no more talk about my daughters. They are fine.
Maybe your cockatoo's missing.
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
That's what I'm gonna do. Thanks for the tip.
Wonderful. The store is open.
I got a quest from that.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking. An array of neurons fire up with joy. Bum her a cigarette, lest it turn to pain.
No, I don't. Why do you think that I smoke? It's not like yours look much better.
She is right. Your hands look even worse than hers, with tiny cuts and gushes covering your skin like a spider web. Your fingertips have become an ugly shade of brown.
I already told you, I don't have any. Go.
She's lying. She's goddamn lying. She has smokes.
From the kiosk? There's one near the harbor. It's Frita. You can look it up. Sorry, officer.
She's lying. Lying, lying.
No, I'm not lying. Why should I lie?
I've been very mean
Please
to this
go
lady.
to the Frita kiosk.
She sighs. The woman before you.
Alright then. I'm gonna buy a book about cockatoos. Where are they? Why do they cost 20 bucks? This is the Helm
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian. This is entirely Completely you. You have found the right books.
You have found the right books.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
What are you doing?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away. I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
Neat.
Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
Behind the curtains.
Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now. Before...
Find your heraldic bird. Heckin' fedora! Bam! Hell yeah. Where's my bird?
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring
No crime novels. Bird.
shelves full of biographies of fake.
No.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. I can't have you end up...
Okay, no burps. There's a bird out here. Bird. Stare at the wall.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing.
Damn. Ugh, we're 3 hours away.
Trying to sneak up on...
Yeah, she doesn't talk very much, does she? Let's go back in here. Equip a pry bar. Oh, maybe I should have did that up there. I mean, we could do that. Thanks, loading tool tip. I don't want to be here anymore. It's pry bar time. Maybe I could pry bar the door in the place. I'll try that too. Gotta kill all the time. I'm gonna show up at 9 o'clock on the dot. Pry bar. Hog. Pry bar. Okay. One for one. Or 1 for 2. And pry bar tactics. These loading times get kind of rough too. Running. Oh, what is?
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right? Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Wait, what did I crack?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
It's some third option?
No. Stop goofing around, recruit.
It's her husband.
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit.
I'm making a fool of myself.
Do marriages make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law. It's time to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later.
Okay.
There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman what you found right now.
Let's not approach threatening with a crowbar in hand. Yo, I found your husband.
God damn it, I already told you. My husband isn't missing. Very well then. Where is he? Excuse me? I don't follow. Right, 'cause working class women come with alcoholic husbands. You know what?
Not saying what.
You were right. I do have an alcoholic husband. Although not that one.
Ha, blam. Knew it.
I did, and he is. He's also an alcoholic. No, he's not. Or maybe he is, I don't know. He's probably in the park or in Shamrock somewhere, drinking with his friends. I haven't seen him for... Well, to hell with him.
I wouldn't be so sure. Ma'am, just to be completely clear, do you want to report it to the police?
Report what? He's just out drinking with his friends. I'm sure the police has better things to do than to chase down local goofballs.
We care about you.
She sighs, but you can detect a slight hint of gratitude and relief from her face.
All right, go ahead. Do you have any questions? Honestly, not that different from you.
So he's disco.
Oh, thank God, no. It hasn't come down to this yet. Well, he's slightly chubby.
Wait, did she just imply that you're fat? You're not fat. The body type she's referring to is called a Franco-Nigerian hard body.
Yeah.
You both share what? I'm not sure about the rest, but softly round sounds about right. He's not in great shape. What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. The lining is hand-sewn. I made it myself. It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this, but he refuses to change.
Who cares about the cold when you have your cool jacket to wear?
Yeah.
You can completely sympathize.
Yeah.
I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Well, what can you do? I hope that at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. Yesterday morning, he went to the library. He went to retrieve my book, and he promised he'd walk straight back home, because we talked about this. We talked about not wandering off again. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with his addiction. Just makes me feel weak.
She turns away from you in an attempt to recover.
So you are going to look for him? Thank you. Please do. Even though I'm sure he will return home by himself.
I'm sure he will too. When he does, would you let Precinct 57, Kim Kitsuragi, know?
I will. Of course, officer. As I...
Looking for husbando. I need to go in here. And I'm gonna crowbar this door. I was gonna imagine that they'd be gone, but I guess not. I haven't had to use my flashlight yet either.
You see a heavy steel door. The door doesn't. The old cobalt paint.
Okay. Pry bar did not help there.
Oh, hello, dear. There.
You know, to hell with it. Let's have more cryptids.
Of course, officers. Is there a particular cryptid you two are interested in learning about?
Yeah, the big one.
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Didn't you want to hear about another cryptid too?
The lieutenant pauses thoughtfully.
Ah, fuck it. Let's have more cryptids.
Well, the biggest cryptid is, of course, the horrible giant of Kokonur. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes. A mirage or a psychogenous luminance. No one knows for sure.
What?
It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
What?
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Who are you? No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
Stay away from my lamp! That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support.
Okay.
There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
A dangerous one.
The gnome of Jeroma.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
None of his victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
Dear.
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gangly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself.
Bummer.
A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science. What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
Shush, Kim.
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua. Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Could it be here, right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
Maybe it's predatory.
It's not. Don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the damage it inflicts.
I wouldn't be so sure. What if the damage is also invisible?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds. The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls. They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Koldamamadakwa, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Name them?
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mamadakwa they followed individually.
What does it sound like?
Like nothing. It's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window and you wouldn't even know it. Could be anywhere. Everywhere, even.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory. That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Oh?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadakwas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
It cancels each other out.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population. After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Koltamamadakwa population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear. What about what? Of course, dear.
Alright. Enough about cryptids. And enough of this. That's going to be it for tonight. When we pick this up next time, it'll be 9 o'clock, and we can continue. That's what's going to happen. Thanks for hanging out tonight, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow with more heckin' Splunky 2. And maybe RimWorld, I don't know. Stuff. Strimstrams. Maybe some Back for Blood? I don't know. Anyhow, gonna send you off somewhere else. We'll highlight the stream and add it to the Disco Elysium VODs, all that jazz. But I'm out here. Yeah, we're just gonna end it. Okay, bye.